Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to another ES futures trading stream. Quite a day we have in hands now. I couldn't stream yesterday. I couldn't stream yesterday. My server, my OBS just did not connect to well, whatever, doesn't matter. What we have here, I was putting something on Discord, something really simple, right? This thing, right? The mindset is the same, the guidelines remain unchanged. What matters above all is the thinking process, okay? That's what matters. Right now, I wrote this yesterday, but I still apply today. The market is out of balance. Out of balance. The market is having a serious sell-off here. Gap and guidelines applied yesterday, and today the same guidelines apply. Balance and gap guidelines. I suspect it's going to apply today as well. We are still 60 minutes before the opening. We just have non-farm payrolls. Let's see what the talking heads. You will see there's a lot of negativity out there. But let's check. I don't know what the number was, but something that I wrote yesterday.
Are doing what they're
doing.
First, let's get these numbers, Rick, and see if it's starting already.
Any kind of number.
Yes, this is big March jobs report. Non-farm payrolls, beats estimates. 228,000 jobs. That would be the strongest this year, and it would comp to 323,000 in D's of last year. There is, however, a minus 48,000 two-month revision, minus 48K. Now, let's go for the unemployment rate, shall we? Expected 4.1 moves up to 4.2. That equals where we were in November. To find a higher rate, you're going to October of 22. Now, let's look at earnings, shall we? This is month over month. Comes in exactly as expected at 0.3 and exactly is in the rearview mirror. If we look at a year-over-year perspective, it's coming in light. 3.8%. We're expecting 4%. 4% was our last look. 3.8. When was the last time we were at 3.8? Well, 3.6 is our comp. That's July of last year. So we have been there, and we have softened and come back before. Yes, July of last year when it was 3.6. Now, let's look at hours. Hours for all employees. 34.2, which is what we expected. That's up a tenth. That's good news from 34.1 equals where we were in D's. To find a higher number, you're in Nova of last year. Labor force participation rate coming in at 62.5. That is indeed good news. It's up a tenth from both expectations and the rear view mirror. 62.6 was January, so we reversed that 62.
Okay, there's a lot of things here, but this is the report, right? Non-farm payrolls. This is quite a thing, right? There's an increase in payrolls. There's an increase, a significant increase actually, right? Because the forecast was 100, and there's twice that. But we have unemployment rate is hot here. It went from 4.1 to 4.2. That's not good. You know, the layoffs are being reflected now in this market. Now, I did my homework really late last night, and this is what I have here. I just want to show you this because nothing changes. Okay, nothing changes relative to what you were doing. What you were doing under any other circumstances. Everything remains the same. Okay. First things first. Check this out. Check how much. This is yesterday. How much volume the market had. Okay. I hope you have noticed this. Now this is almost 85% higher volume than previous day. This is something that you usually see just in the rollover, in the last day of the rollover period, the quad reaching day, just over there. But you have had that here, which is something really impressive. That has been really impressive. I don't know what's happening with my, I don't know if there's a lot of disconnecting here. I apologize for that again. I don't know if it's my side, if it's Xfinity or whatever. But 7% higher volume. This is something, to be honest, I haven't seen in years, or at least not that I remember in years. Okay? What I'm doing here is this is the monthly. This is the monthly time frame. What I'm doing here, I have been checking pullbacks from the all-time highs for a while now. Really for a while. I did that since the market was here, since the past month. But you can see the pullbacks, right? And the main reference I'm using now is a 50% pullback from last year, year over year, and half back to 2024. That's one thing. The other thing I'm using is I am using pullbacks from the all-time highs. This one is 12.5, 15%, and down here we also have 17.5 and 20%. And I'm doing that just to check how the market is reacting to those levels, and the market is paying attention to that thing. The market actually is paying attention to that thing. Now, the other thing here, this is the same chart, right? But this time is the weekly time frame. Right? Same references here. I pulled these ones here. This is the 50% pullback year over year from yesterday. Halfback. Look at where this has stopped yesterday. Right there, the halfback. This is the ES, and this lows here is from so far back in time, and it just doesn't matter, right? This is a September contract that is long gone. There is nothing here, right? So if I see the market is using these levels, it just gives me an idea what's happening behind, right? And here is when I start to see another thing that I saw here, for example, is in the monthly, you have an upper range. You have an upper range here and a lower range, and this is a breakout. Right? This is a breakout from this high here, and that's why I highlighted it as a half a year breakout, and I have that in my charts as well. You know, this one breakout. This is this level here, and that's why I have it here. I was checking. Let's keep doing the weekly. Right. That's why I have this level here. The original breakout is actually 53.23. The main thing, markets out of balance. The area between the 30, 23 and 58 can be the relevance. And that's this area that separates. This is like, I am disregarding this thing, right? I am disregarding this check, this pullback here into this range because this was rejected, as you can see here. And this is the area when bigger, bigger trading get caught under invested in the market. Yeah, if you remember last year, and that's why I have this separated. Yeah, it's like just imagine this upper range and this is the lower range. I start to call upper range low and lower range high. This area is very important to me. The 53.23. Where is the 53.23 here? I don't. Okay, 50. I have the upper half range low and lower half range high here. I don't know why I have it 655, 53.58. Oh. 53.58. Oh yeah, here 53.58, and this is 53.54 something, 54.10 here. And I'm talking just about the technicals here, okay? Now, the daily, and this is the thing in the daily, right? You can use a SPY here as well. I have highlighted here this range because this is a range here from past, right? And the market is at a lower range, and that's why I say in my homework again, when I open this this stream, the same guidelines I have yesterday, the same apply today. Gap guidelines, it's even more than that. We have gap guidelines, we have balance guidelines, and we have spike guidelines in place. All right? All them in place. Just because the market is going to open 200 or 300 points with a 200 points gap, it doesn't mean my mindset is going to change. It remains unchanged. The thinking process remains unchanged. Yeah, this is what happened yesterday. Right? Gap to the downside, breakout of the 20-day range. The market is out of balance. We have important news yesterday, payroll, non-farm payrolls, and what I was saying, the market and the Fed are correlated here, because either the number is good or the number is bad. There is no way to go here, right? Under this news that we are having here, this tariffs news, a good number means that the Fed can ease, right? But the market can keep breaking because it has room. A bad number, it means that the Fed cannot do anything because inflation can pick up again. And as you can see, inflation has picked up. And we actually have a mix, an hybrid number. It's good on one side, in one side of the equation, and it's bad on the other side. You know, this is kind of like a perfect storm that is happening here. Now, I was talking about yesterday. This is yesterday. The market has now retraced 50% of last year advance. What I mean with that is, if you take, let me bring my charts. Let me bring my charts here, right? And let's take the monthly. This is the monthly. If you take this low and this high, right now is almost at 50% of yesterday. I mean, it was when I was doing my homework. Now it's below that, right? And this is a serious pullback now. This is what the market is pricing here is a recession now, and and this is something that Jim has talked a lot, right, about the stagflation happening here, right, which is a scenario in which inflation remains high and production decreases, and that seems like it's going to be the case. All that because of these tariffs that are in place. Because out of tariffs, nothing comes good out of tariffs. Nowhere. It has been proven in history. And if you happen to be in another country outside of the United States, especially in developed countries, you will know that tariffs kills, right? Tariffs kills industries. It doesn't foment production. It's really bad. I went through that once in my life. It's horrible. It's horrible. Now, United States is a superpower. How this is going to play out, I have no idea. I have no idea. We have one example. It happens here once, and that was like almost 100 years ago. And it's being replayed under the same circumstances, almost. Now, okay. Something that I want to say here as well, and this is on my side. I want to apologize, right, for all these cuts that are happening in the stream. I don't know what's happening with my internet. The stream sometimes just goes, right? Just cut, but I can see my trading windows. This keep connected, right? And which makes me think that it's on the OBS side. But I have been having issues with Window Trader and as well. And yesterday I had the same thing with Sierra. I am testing Sierra. It is a pretty good software what this company has. It's really good. I really like it. I think Window is the best out there. It's very easy to use. It's very easy to use, very user-friendly. The things that you can do here in Window Trader, it will take you hours, right? If you are not familiar, to figure out in Sierra. Here, for example, to do this overnight distribution clause, what the heck is that? What I'm going to do here, I just go over here. Actually, I have highlight here already, right? But it's pretty easy here, right? Overnight distribution clause, boom, stop, just like that. All this, I was checking this yesterday. This is from last year, right? These numbers here from last year, but you can see the impact this has, right? There was some serious positioning here that happened in the past, and traders have memory. They use the same areas, right? I am going to get rid of these things because basically, as you can see, you have this reference down here. You have that. I'm clearing my chart, keeping this 12.5. 2024 hardback. Yeah, last year you will see last session there was no other trade here, no other trade down to the downside here. It was I suspect that many were trying to buy this market this close, expecting some kind of rally, but that wasn't going to be the case because the main thing, because of volume. Right? Remember what I showed you here, because of this volume. It was impressive. It was more than 100% at the opening, and overall 75%. And this is one of those instances in which bigger time frame, hedge funds, bigger money, also panics, okay? Because the money is not theirs. They have clients. Right? And when their clients see this market falling, see their gains evaporating, they will just put tremendous amount of pressure to buy, to sell, right? To sell the position. I don't want to keep losing. I want to keep my gains. At least I have lost 10%. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose 20. Do something, and that's the pressure that they have. These talking heads that you can see here, this can give you an idea what's going on out there, right? There's a lot of talk, like for example, there's a lot of money that's going away from the United States, right? There's a lot of money. I mean, my personal view about tariffs is, you know something that I just talked about, but there is something that, this is unbelievable to me, that the tremendous ignorance that's happened here, right? I don't want manufacturing jobs if I have service. I mean, the trade balance can be very negative in the manufacturing, but if you check the balancing money that comes here, right, the investing, and because that's also trade, the message that comes here is overwhelming positive, right? And all of these manufacturing jobs that have went outside the United States is coming back. It just comes back here. They went outside because labor is cheap, and you can do nothing about that. China was cheap, was way cheaper. It's not that cheap now. But who's cheaper now is Vietnam, India, Indonesia. They just keep moving. You cannot stop that, right? I think that, but that's personal. That's my personal view of this situation. Got to be very careful that those views don't interfere in what I'm trying to do here in this market. Right? Now, I don't have a spike. I have a little spike here. Right? This is the news. All right? This is the little spike. I will consider. I have put this overnight distribution here because I always consider the distributions, and now, starting yesterday, I am considering the overnight as another regular trading hours. Right? I am not disregarding, for example, these highs here. Did you look at how many times was sold for this 1, 2, 3 here, for example, right? I am not disregarding that. I'm keeping that. I have another 2 here, another 2 here from the past day as well. Right? And why I'm doing that? Because of volume. Notice how much volume do we have now? 800, almost 900,000. Almost 900,000. Look at how easy it is to use window here. I want to see the volume, 900,000. I want to see windows. I wanna zoom into this. Gosh, man, I have to do this. Learn how to do this. Start doing this. That's the thing about what the heck is going on here for some. What is my chart? Oh, down here. Yeah. I don't have this. I can. In window, I just center whatever my mouse is, click and do this. Another functionality of Windows it doesn't have. I am doing this holdbacks manually here. For example, how much is this holdback? 2450. I have to put this in 2450. $24.50 right there, and I have to extend And this is overnight hardback, for example. Can you see? Yeah. Let me save this chart. Let me save chart while I'm saving this. Okay, I have saved this. I can open here window. I can just add overnight with just one click, for example. I have this overnight. What is? I have this overnight here this week. Boom, right there. I cannot do that in Sierra. I have to open. I have set another chart book in which I have all the overnights open 20 days back, right? And my reference, I don't know how to copy this reference, but if I want to copy all these references in window from one chart to another, I just copy references and paste in another one. I cannot do that, or at least I don't know how to do that here yet, or I don't know if that's possible. This is the other thing that I'm keeping from yesterday, right? Look at this. Look at this. Look at these highs here, and I consider this as another day in that market. I mean the overnight session, right? What about the other indices? This I like from Sierra. I like that I can put a clock here. Why? Because my computer has a clock here down corner, but I like here in the upper side better. That's one thing. Look, I cannot zoom in. Look what happened when I zoom in. I have to do it here on the side. It just has a bunch of things here. But I think it is just until one becomes familiar with what's happening here. And it was very useful. Sierra was very useful yesterday because I have my window traded powered by Rhythmic. The data feed I use here is Rhythmic, and it does. It just there was just a blackout yesterday, and for my charts. And since Sierra has Denali, they have their own data feed. He just keep working really nice. I didn't keep using this. Another really nice feature of window is that you can do this data, and they highlight this higher volume here, for example. You can see this high volume here, big blocks here. Somebody put a trade with over 1,000 contracts here. That's huge. I don't know how to do that in Sierra. I had this thing. What is this? It's the volume. I can have configured the volume, to try to look like window. I have these pings, for example. I cannot make it look different from the overnight. All of them are the same. The only thing that I am interested in here is that bar chart. I don't care about any other thing other than the last period, this one. I have volume here, higher volume highlighted red. Notice how higher volume here is. This works better. And this one is bid and ask delta. I don't use that. Just to identify, maybe sometimes, every once in a while there's an opportunity. You can have huge volume here, and if this one is also huge, there is something here. There is something here. This delta is 992. This is not updated. I had to request tick data here. That is in the window. I have to request data. No? This is updated live. As soon as I open it, updates. Not here. And this one here, I don't know what the heck this is? It just appeared in my chart, and I don't know how to erase it, but there's something about this I have noticed. Well, I was going to say that this one shows kind of like what the market is doing, I believe in the opposite direction. I guess it shows some when the market pivots, something like that. I don't know what this is. I'm not paying attention to this thing. I cannot say. As I say, I have no idea what the heck this is. And look at this, right? 334, 334, 336. Look at this, man. This is 320, huh? This is no good. This is not matching. And this volume trade, I think this is the volume trade. Look at the volume traded here is different than here. It seems it is considered time here, considering time. Check it out. Check this window, what it has in window. That's why I use this comparator. Can you see the amount of trade is going back and forth around this level? What happens to be 5,300. All right. So there is something there. All right. Sorry about this talk. I will just want to talk about these functionalities that I'm finding in Sierra. I'm not using the monkey charts now. Oh, there is something else today, really important. Okay, we have Chairman Powell speaking at 10:25. Got to be aware. Got to be very careful in that time. My focus now, right, into the session is this distribution close. We have many things, right? And this is, I cannot highlight here. Look at what I do. This is the spike I'm talking about. This is the overnight spike what I have here. This is the spike from yesterday. All right. This is a spike from yesterday. We aren't be doing spikes, so spike guidelines apply here. Which one I'm going to pay attention first, I have no idea. That's why I'm trying to figure out what the market is doing, what's the current business. If the market opens above this spike, let me call this. Let me highlight it here. Duplicate. Look at what I have to do. Copy and move drawing. Let's put it here. Overnight. And let's change names. Overnight. Spike. Base. Overnight spike base. But the market opens relative to this one. Opening above the spike up here is positive. Opening below this is negative. Right? Opening in here, as it can be the case, is neutral. I have held back here. Remember, I am considering the current session. I mean the overnight as a standard profile, as a standalone profile, or as a session, okay? Because the volume. Where is the spike? Oh, this is the spike base from yesterday. This is another thing that I am checking. And this is another thing that's happening, huh? Crude oil falling. That's the market pricing recession over there. There's no other reason why the crude can fall in this kind of news. Now, again, these are just news, right? And I was the thing about the talking heads is they just talk, man. I was listening a couple things couple days ago, maybe last week. How this is a great opportunity. This is a great opportunity for to buy. The market is never going to be that low again. This is I am adding to my position. I am adding to my portfolio. I am adding Meta. I am adding, and they give you really good reasons to do that. And then another one comes and says, I'm selling because this market is going to keep going lower, it's going to go down to zero, and blah, blah, blah. And they give you really good reasons. But what matters is what we see here. We see volume. These contracts is what matters. What the market is doing. What the market is doing. Here, as usual, if you have any question, please just let me know. What I'm going to do here, okay. This is now this is gap close. I mean, look at how easy it is to do these things here. This is gap close. Spike buys we have here. 12% pullback, but and check this out, right? I have 12%. I have this before this. I have added yesterday 15%. Where's 15%? Let me check my daily charts or my weekly. Where I put that? Where are you? Okay. 15% is 52.41. 52.41. 52.41. Let's do it. I mean, do you think it matters? It being 40 or 41? Do you think it matters? And that is being exactly right. I'm doing this just to show you how easy it is Windows to change that. 15%, 52.41, 17.5%, 50.87, 50.87. 50.87. This look at that, huh? This is how much you say? It's 10.5. Look at that, man. Look at where these things are falling. This is last year. Gap close from last year. That's just too old. It just doesn't matter. I don't know what the heck is this. Need to go away. This one's also. You know, there's a bunch of here. The same thing that happened up. The same thing that happened. Remember the bunch of references I erased here. 5300. We had same thing down here. There's a lot here. A lot that have come during the overnight session here. At the time, right? I'm talking about August last year. But and these are another kind of reference, man. These are reference here. You will not find anywhere else these things. These kind of blocks. I need to find another way how to highlight this, how to find these things, because the data from where Windows is pulling is the same data, the Sierra is using. So it has to be somewhere there. Has to be somewhere. I just remember something else that I want to talk, but I just forget, man. Okay, so when I was checking my daily charts, is when. Let's try to remember together here. Oh, okay. I think okay. I think I have it. Oh, okay. Yes, I died. 5,000. They had a 5,000. This was such a key. Look at this. Look at look at this. What happened last year, right? 5,000. We have a market opening. We have a spectacular rally. 2024. The pullback is bought from the from 5,000 and never looked back. Boom, all the way high here. And that would be 1,000 points pullback from the all-time highs. It's not that crazy, right? If market gains momentum, notice we are at the lower side of this range now. 5,300. Where's 5,300? We are past this, right? And that's why I'm calling it balanced guidelines still apply, because there is a range here. This is a range, and market is checking below this range. It's way down here. Can look below. If this one come back here, I'm not going to check. I am going to keep this in the red mirror, but my main thing will be this range now, because this range from 2004 is being replaced by this range here. We have a range here from here to here. There's a 20-day range up here. But this is just the technicals, okay? This is the homework. In the homework, you see these things, but when you go, or not, when the market opens, you have your plan, and then the thinking is over, and you start just executing. Okay? Below this, we have below yesterday's low, we had this very questionable low. This is actually 2 week. If I use my weekly chart, this is going to be a 2 week questionable reference. And the market just pushed through that. It's coming back inside, coming back below the 53.23. Is getting back inside the lower range of last year. Can you see I am talking now in terms of months and years now? Okay? Not just intraday now. This is because this is something bigger that is happening now. But markets do not trade in one direction straightforward. All right. Yesterday, to take that trade, the breakout, to take this breakout from, there was opportunities really late in session, man, to take this breakout or this range here. No, actually, my bad. It was this one. This was a daily low. This was a trade here, right? This was a trade here. It wasn't easy. It was the same, but the mindset, the process is the same as another one. We have higher volatility now. So the market is going to retrace maybe long distances. But if you use 2 tick charts, for example, you will kind of like get rid of some of that volatility. Because the psychological impact of the volatility is really high, right? It's really high here. Now, what else? Oh, I was talking about this chart, and there is some kind of like a range here that can be used here as a step when the market starts stepping lower here, right? Checking the weekly though. Actually, there's nothing here below, right? And why I check the weekly, because We are not just short-term traders in this market. Now, there's bigger volume here. There's bigger participants that are panicking here, that are selling, that are liquidating, and that's why these charts become relevant. I am checking actually for a couple months now. I'm paying more attention to the weekly, right? And if you want to have a continuous look of the market, the SPY is also very, very good at doing that. And you can see, for example, oh, come on. You can see in the SPY. Let's check this, for example, this chart, maximize sell. Right? Look at what we have here. This is 24. Upper range 24, lower range 24. All right. I love this Thinkorswim for my. Look at that. This distribution. I'm disregarding this one. This was a shake off of the longs, and look at that where the market closed. Right? Market is it seems like it's going to open inside this, but it's still right. This one it could be the one instead of this one, but now I am checking this one now. Right? That's the weekly, and remember the SPY is a ETF that is based on ES. Duplicate the whole. Look at that, man. How easy. In the weekly, you can see that this is the breakout, right? Not this one here. This is the breakout. The market check this high. Ooh, finally goes out, and then come back, retest this and go high, and this level here. Y24 in the SPY and duplicate. If I've used the SPY, where's the lower? This can be the lower. Even this one. This is the upper range low. This is the lower range high. These two here. All right. Let's check the daily. Most people don't want to do this. They just want to come. They're hovering from one stream to another, looking for somebody who's going to tell them, sell now, buy now. Those that you're going to find or going to be successful by doing that are very, very low. You need to do this. You need to do this yourself. And why I do this is because it helps me to remain focused in the market. I am getting past that now. I hope it doesn't get in the way. In the past, it did get in the way. Did get in the way. And as you can see, I think I am proud to say I am totally relaxed now. I am not in a hurry to place any trade. You have here what my plan is, what are my very short time frame references. If you, let's see if you remember, do you remember that? What I was paying attention? My main focus is where the market opens relative to the overnight spike. We have spike starting here. What happened with this? I have noticed regarding this high. Right? This is the second time it happens back to back. It happened. I have this 3 white high. It's not just 12.5%, but it's also 3 white high. 3 white high. I had the same thing from previous day. This one here. This one is even more. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 white high. 6 white high. I can, this is very nice here. Level color, overnight, 6 white high. This is very important to me. Okay. It is also I have this labeled as overnight distribution, overnight gap close here. Right? This one here, this gap that happened is very rare, and that's why I'm considering this a regular trading hours, as a regular trading hours piece of information here. There's a gap here in the overnight. Right? There's a gap here in the overnight. Gaps are sign of change. We are 10 more minutes into or before the opening. Okay, how much volume do we have now? Oh, almost 1 million. Man. 1 million. This is huge, man. This is really huge here. It's not just overnight gap close here. Let me call this 60, 55, 65. Call it 65. 65, 65, I mean 55, 65. And this modified test. This is 6 white, man. 6 white high. Okay. Blue color, or this light blue color is overnight. Greens are gaps for me. I'm keeping this red because it's also 9%. Now this is gap close. We have spike base. Gap close. Gap close. Green. Let's save it. I don't want to lose it. Okay. Okay, the other thing is where to watch. I want to see where I can watch. live. The first video, no. Okay. Oh, look at that. Barons is going to stream live. And 2 hours, basically. So I'm going to keep this. Where do I keep this? I'm going to keep that in my, so I know where to watch 1025. Let's check how much. Let's get data. Let's get data. I want to see how. Oh, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. Remember that I show you these things, right? Big blocks coming, and this is at the close, just 1 minute before 5 p.m. Big blocks, right? Everybody knows that somebody's doing that, right? Can you see? Everybody knows that there's somebody has bought 5,000 contracts or 3,000 contracts or 1,000 contracts just before the close. 5:58, 5:59 p.m. My bad, 4:55, 4:59 p.m. Just before the market, the end of the day, right? But check this out. How much volume do you have yesterday? You have huge volume, right? Now we know that there are bigger time frame participants here, hedge funds, family offices doing, being forced to do things, right? And now let's check. We will see big blocks, right? Of course we will see big blocks yesterday. Look at that. There is nothing, right? And this is the thing, right? If somebody big wants to do something, they will go to extremes, right? They will go to extremes to hide what they're doing. Because if I know, or I knew for a fact that there was something here, something going on, if I knew something, if I knew Warren Buffett or whoever is selling, what do you think you will do if you know that information? You will affront that guy. You affront that company. Will try to affront that fund. Ray Dalio is liquidating position. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to, because you know that you have somebody big behind you, backing what you are doing, right? So the odds of success increases. Did you see something like that yesterday? There's nothing here that shows that. And this is how big money trades. Right? Let's have a little bit, let's extend this thing a little bit more. Bar count. All right. This is the whole day. Let's see any blocks, any big blocks, nothing. There's nothing here. Right? How big blocks? This is 50 contracts bought at once, 50, 100 here, another one here, 700. But you can see there's nothing here. If any, this kind of movement just, China played wrong. They panicked. They one thing they cannot afford to do it. Man. Look at this. This is the only thing that tells me that there could be, profit taking, rebalancing the position, or end of the movement probably getting close here. When not the fact that I see bigger volume, but the fact that I see it all together. Okay, all right. The market is going to open soon. Honestly, I think I'm not sure if I want to be live here, but let's do it here. Let's see what happens. I cannot do two things at the same time. And you will see here how many. Oh, look at that, man. Look at where the market is now. And this is what I wanted to see. Where is the spike? Where the market is going to open? Right at the base of the spike, right? This is neutral here. We have neutral here. It's not opening above, not opening below. You know, there's no signs here. And this is, you always learn. The fact that you are always learning here, always evolving is what I like of this job, of this business. It's opening right at the base of the spike. Can we have rotation here? All right, market is open. Market trading is in the spike, something that also. Oh shit! I grabbed this by accident. It's 53.58. Something I have to be very careful here. Something else I have to do manually here. Copy and move drawing. I got to move this. This is the opening. Yeah. This is the opening. Market trading inside the spike. How much volume do we have? The overnight 976 162. Some 1 million there. This is the profile. I will consider this overnight profile. This is as a one overnight. Market has a huge gap, man. Market has a huge gap here. Now we have even higher volume than yesterday, brother. Even higher. The opening was 100 yesterday. Now we have 200. So there's even more volume here. Volatility is just huge, man. what I have here, these volumes here. That's just the only thing that I'm interested in. The last period. Right? Now, what you're watching here is something that you won't see that often, and that's how bigger time frame works. And the thing about bigger time frame is you don't know actually. You cannot see it. You cannot see it. I'm very interested in doing something here, man. I want to show something detached. How can I do this? Trading. Erase this, erase this, erase this, erase this, erase this. I want to show on link. Five minutes. Who wants to see 5 minutes? 10 minutes. This is what I want. Debug here. Notice the difference. In volume here. Notice the volume, what it is. Oh, come on. Relative to yesterday, okay? It's higher. 1C. This is what should be if it's going to have same volume, at least same volume as yesterday. Now this is the higher volume of the overnight from here to here. We are inside or below the spike, but and this is the thing that Sierra doesn't have. Sierra is showing value area up here, right? Oh no, this is the volume. Look at this. This is the higher volume, right? From here to here. This is the overnight. This could actually be a good buy here. Somebody may want to come by here below this, just because of the overnight, right? I'm not looking to the upside, man, because that would be suicidal. Let's see, the market can make it to the 15% there. Seems like he's watching this. Seems like he's watching this. That's the goal now. How much is BIGS now? 40. Oh, 40%. Oh, boy, 40. BIGS at 40 now. That can give you three. That can give us 3%. 3% ranges here. And that's not. That's not. I'm checking this area here, this area here. This highlights better here. You got some reds coming here. I don't have any here on Sierra. This area, mostly this one and this one, right? This one here and this one here. Let me check how much. Yeah, maybe 3%. How much 3%? 3%, let's call it 52, 62 times 3%. 100, almost 200, somewhere between 150 and 200%, 200 points range. Huge volatility, man. In the first period, we have moved only 50 points. But I think it remains the same, right? Just because the market has getting is 200, 300% lower, doesn't mean I don't change my way of thinking. Market keeps getting too short, keeps getting too long. I haven't seen, for example, not once market selling from Halbach today. This is the first time getting closer to Halbach, and let's see what happened now. In Sierra, I have Halbachs as these little squares here. These are Halbach of the current period. And red is Halbach of the day. Yeah? All right, right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's coming through Halbach. It hasn't stopped there, right? Let's see how it's coming. Okay. It just went through. It just went through. Who cares about that? Yeah. It didn't stop there. It's buying now. Who's buying there? Who buys from Halbach? Right there, right? Can you see that flickering? Can you see that flickering here? Who buys from there? They're trying to lift from Halbach. Now the next thing is the opening, the green dot in both Sierra and window. Yeah. Who's buying here? Who buys from Halbach? And this time, no. remember, there's huge volume here in the overnight. There's a 1 million there. We have 200K in the first period. Well, I want to see if there's some buying here. Buying is coming from this area. That can be better buying than this one that comes from Halbach. Again, there is some selling now coming from Halbach. Selling, do you see? That's over with buying from Halbach. Man, this is so nice, man. Buying from Halbach. Do you see that? Where is it stopping? They're buying from Halbach there. Right there, right there. Look at that. Huh? And you can see that on Sierra too, man. You have it here. Right, Halbach. What's going to happen now? It's going to. Wait a minute. Just a second, please. Halbach, right there. Yes. Oh my God. Halbach, right there. Yes. Oh my God. You want to see the market comes back to the opening here. Halbach, right there. 150 points from yesterday. That's huge, man. You want to see the market comes back to the opening here. Again, Halbach, right the center, do you see? Right there. A selling now from Halbach. 150 points from yesterday. That's huge, man. You want to see the market comes back to the opening here. Again, Halbach, right. The last time the market has this volatility was, I guess, that was during COVID, right? 50 points from yesterday. That's huge, man. Again, Halbach, right. The last time the market has this volatility was. Look at the volume we have. COVID, right? We have higher volume than yesterday. Huh. Yesterday was not an ordinary day. And this is huge, man. This is huge here. Look at what's happening here is huge. We have higher volume than yesterday. Huh. Yesterday was not an ordinary day. And this is huge, man. This is huge here. Look at what's happening here is huge. We have higher volume than yesterday. Huh. Yesterday was not an ordinary day. And this is huge, man. This is huge here. What's happening here is huge. Yesterday was not an ordinary day. And this is huge. No, I don't hate it when this thing happen, man. I don't hate it when this thing happen, man. Did you see? Did you see that? It went from 67 to 75, like 10 points in a fraction of a second, man. Gotta remain calm here. Gotta remain calm. Sometimes there are opportunities at the opening. Sometimes there are close. Did you see that? Sometimes there are mid-session. We never know when opportunities are going to come. 75, like we have an idea. We have read the market, what's happening out there. I believe. I believe. Here, gotta remain calm. Sometimes there could be some clarity here. You know, something that may be putting some stop in the market right now is the fact that everybody knows the Chairman Powell is going to speak in in about 30 minutes. Right? I think they're waiting for that. Remember, the inventory is super short now. Is the fact that everybody knows the Chairman Powell is going to speak in right at the opening. In about 30 minutes. Right? I think they're waiting for that. Remember, the inventory is super short now. Is the fact that everybody knows the Chairman Powell is going to speak in right at the opening. In about 30 minutes. Right? I think they're waiting for that. Remember, the inventory is super short now. Opening. About 30 minutes. I think they're waiting for that. The market has taken most of the volume that the overnight has in this lower side, has reached it below. Right? Now let's see if it can do the same about this. If the market gets too close to this high, that's not going to be that good because we have held back right there. Right? And above that, there is absolutely nothing, man. There's absolutely nothing there. Taken most of the volume that the overnight has in this lower side. With this volatility at The cash of decreasing, it was 40, now it's 35. About this. The market gets too close to this high. Come on, man. You cannot come this is this is not good, man. Even this low can be considered exactly how it is volatility. This is how can you buy this market, man? This is insane. Come on, look at the volume here. How much volume? You cannot come this is relative to yesterday. Alright, we have maybe around 10% higher than yesterday. This low can be considered exactly how it is volatility. If this remains, at least I should expect this much in the current period. How much volume in the current point? Remember what we know now. Chairman Powell is speaking. Chairman Powell is speaking in 1 hour, 13 minutes. If this remains, but at least I should expect this 10:25 in the current period. In the current point. Remember what we know now. Chairman Powell is speaking. Chairman Powell is speaking in 1 hour, 13 minutes. If this remains, but at least I should. It says 11:25. What the heck? There's something I have here in 1 hour, 30 minutes. Unless he had moved that, because it says 10:25. Oh, shoot. What the heck? It says 11:25. What the heck? 11:20. I have my time zone messed up here. 11:30. Okay, that changed things. That gives us 1 more hour here. 10:25. Oh, shoot. What the heck? Market is in balance, believe it or not. Intraday balance. Look at that really narrow inside bar there. So far, right? Period is just starting. Okay, that changed things. That gives us 1 more hour here. All right, guys. Unless you have any question here, market is in balance, believe it or not. I'm going to be calling it a day. Really narrow inside bar there. Let's see if there's anybody. So far, right? Period is just starting. When I stream, I don't. All right, guys. I don't post much here. Unless you have any question. This and the thing is, this kind of markets attract traders. Right? So the market has break 300, 400, 1,000 points. I have to be here and I'm going to miss an opportunity. I cannot go anywhere. I have to be selling. Oh, the market has sold too much. It's time to buy. I'm going to miss FOMO happens here. This kind of markets attract traders. So the market has break 300, 400, 1,000 points. I have to be here and I'm going to miss an opportunity. I cannot take your time. Anywhere. Take your time here. Oh, the market has sold too much. It's time to buy. All right. Unless you have any question, as I said before, I am going to be calling it a day and wish you guys a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Take your time here. Oh, the market has sold too much. Have a wonderful weekend. This is a really hard market to trade. It's not easy. Stay safe. See you next week.